Good evening, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am Guy. And so, here we are, us being us, and doing the things that we need to do for us being us. Oh, no, there's a flood. So, what's going on in you guys' world? Howdy, Brent. How you doing this fine, lovely day? You doing okay over there? I don't even know. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to start doing something with more picture taking over there. But it's taking some effort to convince myself to do it. Just saying. So, yeah, I am. We did a lot of work earlier today, this morning. I had my buddy Anna over, and she and I got a whole bunch of um, boxes from the basement, brought them up, sorted through a whole bunch of them, which is why I'm kind of slow on the wanting to go over there and do more of this. However, timeline has been imposed. I have until November 1 to finish all of this capturing. After that, everything else just goes into the trash can straight away. And I don't know how much I want to do that. So, and I don't know if I need to keep I don't need to keep everything, which is actually sort of a thing. But I do really want to try to make it so that I don't have, you know, a bunch of stuff that I'm not sure whether it was. You could do that. I've got cell work here. It's just sitting doing nothing. I could send that to you. You know, certainly could do that. So, yep. Uh, I just know that if I head over into that other part of the world, it's going to be one of those. Well, permissions denied. I know. So, anyway, that's fair. Anyway, start thinking about stuff. And get another Wednesday. You mean watercolor Wednesday? Yeah. My fear that art-wise, I'm going to be stymied for at least until November, simply because so much stuff just it needs to be done. You know. Well, anyway. Nine by 6. That's not bad. Oh, that's the one coming in with. Oh, I get it now. I read getting another Wednesday out of context in a different way. So, like, as in you needed another Wednesday, like as in Wednesday Adams. I was like, well, I mean, I guess so. I kind of like that show too. I'm just saying. What happens if it doesn't? I hate it whenever we have these where I have to retype in everything and re-log in. Over here at the stage. And now I can control everything over there and control everything over here. It is nice that we're at that time of year where the temperature outside is nice and pleasant, not overwhelming. She's way too young for you. Yeah, although the actress is not as young as she looks, I'm just saying. Oh my goodness. In here. Clearly things that need to be dealt with. This is a Yugake glove. The glove we wear under our Mitsukake, which is the glove we use for archery. It's a Yugake glove. So keep these around for Kyudo, which is Japanese archery. I found my good pencils, These are the ones I've used for this Rapidomatic here. This guy, I've been using him for many, many moons. It's the first professional pencil I ever purchased. I was still in high school. And in here we have an inordinate amount of interesting Guy artifacts in here, which all belong to Guy. So, here, we're not done scanning it yet. So, here. Let's look at this. This is one of those things. Wisely, I placed things between these cells. These are all actual cells we did in my high school class. I don't know if any of these haven't been changed or altered since high school, so there's that. We did a lot of cells, guys. This is just blank. So these were cells that need to still be done. They never got done in that project. And instead I just simply graduated high school, never having finished these cells. These cells, I think, at least for the time being, I'll probably keep one or two. For the moment. These are my kiddos' versions of springs. I don't even know what these jokes are, but there was a time where the kiddo was absolutely enamored with springs, and that was awesome. And there's that piece. I like this piece quite a bit. This one needs to just be scanned in, and I can ink it. And I think I need to do some work with her hand, but it's a nice piece all the way around. I'll keep this piece. I mean, I'll just scan this piece in. I won't keep it necessarily. I mean, no reason to keep the actual drawing, except, you know, to ink it. But I'll take it over to the scanner. That's useful. Can you even hear me over here? The actual page that was done of Witches of Flame. So this is an actual final print page. This was inked. I don't know, would anybody be interested in like keeping those? I don't even know. A lot of this is just artwork, which would be fun to keep, but doesn't need to be actually kept. Like this is cute, but oh, it's good. It's okay. I moved over to the iPad and then realized that I have muted everything, and so I can't tell if I muted you as well. In the process of muting everything. Now, here is the thing. And that isn't this. That's this. This block right here is the original. It's hard to see. These are the original Springs comics. It's a huge stack. They're all scanned in. They've all been scanned in. There's none of them that will. But this is what we call the original 313. And the question really is, do I need to keep these or not? Right? This is such a bummer. I did this job for somebody and it took me longer than I expected to do it, and so we ended up with them mad at me, and I did such a good job on it. Imposter syndrome ate at me, as you might imagine, so into that. I hate that. This is one of my favorite things. The assignment here was to use the illustrations, and the emotion was sexy, and I had to do a storyboard with using a flour sack, and I had to do that, and I had to do sexy, right? So here's the curtain opens, and you get, you know, dun, 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 dun. It's beautiful. Oh man, this is a great assignment. This is one that definitely I need to keep. I can't not keep this one. This one's beautiful. I don't get to keep a whole lot that I can say is positive about my time in college. But this one's gorgeous. Right? But this one was fun. Can't fault me for it. And standing proof that when I abuse you guys with flour sacks, you know that I was abused first. Just saying. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, you know. Let me try that again without my hand in the way. How you doing, Ken, my brother? Alive is good. Better than the alternative. Well, not so bad. I had Nate from Geekway Homes over and looked about the house and told us what needs to be fixed and stuff like that so we can get it ready to be sold. Which was kind of depressing, but also I kind of realized that once that happens, I can set up my broadcast studio the way I want to. You know what I mean? Like plan from the beginning for things. Like I was just saying on the, whoa, hi there. Where'd you come from, dude? Were you hiding? You know, you can't hide in there, dude. You can't hide in there. The wolf spider is stuck in here. There we go, dude. Don't panic. It's okay. All is calm. I get it. You were hiding in the things. A little rough. I get that. I shouldn't say he's a little wolf spider. He's actually a rather large wolf spider, but that's okay. Little intimidating to see him crawling around on here, but we got it. So I did manage to allow myself to play a little bit of City Skylines yesterday. That's definitely a nice thing to, you know, be able to have done. Make sure I don't have any more of your buddies in here. These are storyboards I did for the fan film or fan group Starship Farragut. Which was a lovely experience. Don't know where he went. Worries me a little. Lost track of the wolf spider. Means he will come back to haunt me somewhere along the line. Oh man, that's awesome. Those were, here we've got a set of characters from Order of the Stick. I made all of our characters in a game once as Order of the Stick characters. Oh my gosh. That sounds horrible. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I'll keep this one then. Hang on. haven't gotten to that stage yet. What do I do with the 11 by 17s? If you ever wondered what Mike and Martha look like in full color, buy markers. I did like these. This is a sketch card of a larger piece that I did a while back. That was cool. And put the door back. It sounds miserable. I mean, that just sounds like that was... Not gonna lie, this is pretty funny. I'm gonna try more this way, I guess. But is the first 11 by 17 to get thrown away. And this piece, not sure about. So it's hard to see, but this piece is using the gold paint. So I might keep this piece. Someone may want this piece someday. I love these. They're my favorite things. I need to keep anything in here? No. Alright, well, that can be thrown away while we take a picture of yes to life, no to drugs. Always funny. Some deleter screens, which I believe I've scanned in, but I will not risk throwing it away, I'm sure. Yeah, that's when I discovered that my buddy Hayashi Sensei has moved on to some other location. Anyway. Yep, you got it. Yep, that's exactly right. My friend, you and I are... Look, I kept printing tests. It's Mr. Incredible. Oh! It's Tiaka. Not necessarily to keep Mr. Incredible, though. Those are some old stuff. know. I don't even know what half this stuff is. Yeah, complete life reconstruction is a good phrase for it, my friend. That is exactly what I think is happening right now. Which is why we are flushing a lot of these pieces. And I like this piece though. And look at this. It's a nice piece. Back in my days when I was enamored with oh yeah. It's Gaylord Rocky's pamphlet in the first year there. I will put that in the rest of the stuff in the first year, okay? As an indication of that, not me. This was a comic I was doing at the time and never really got very far, but it was the first one where someone did the, oh, I mean, I'm going to pay you in exposure. Right? Exposure crap. At some point with the scan stuff. And here comes the hard questions. Because here, it's my very, very first Robotech character. From junior high. And the question is, do I keep this character sheet? You know what I mean? Hey, you got all the hay in. Hey! Hey! Can't tell me you didn't think that was going to happen, right? Yeah, certain things we're keeping. It's probably not. it's fair to keep just a little bit of something here. The actual comics on February 13th, 2000 that were there when this is Charlie Brown signing off Charles Schultz's last comic, and I've kept it all these years. And I'm trying to decide if I'm going to keep keeping it. That one, it's a 5-subject notebook. What are the subjects of the subject notebook? Yeah, it's one of those things where it's difficult. All of our world is difficult. Everything is difficult right now. I get that. This is fascinating. This is Mom's little diary. And she just wrote it in 1970, so this is 2 years before I was born. And here she is just kind of writing her little part out here. Just talking about what's going on in her life. And it's interesting because this is a transition time for my mom. She was in sort of two different worlds at this point. Sort of in her mom's world, a socialite from a little town in Texas, and transitioning into her own person. I like how there isn't even any cursing in here whenever she's writing only to herself, knowing that only she's going to read this. I mean, Obviously, she wasn't, but as a 50-year-old person, I'm really not going to fault my mom for bad words. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to say, well, Mom, it's not going to change my opinion of her at all at this point. Which, all it does is show how much bad words and language like that is not used very often. You know? Interesting. Before I throw this away, I'm photographing every page. That way. More of Mom's random musings. Oh, yeah. This letter is always fascinating to me, too. This letter is my grandparents flying in because Mom went into labor with my sister. The funniest part is that I scribbled on the back of this. So, I had a cold, or a runny nose, or something. And, yeah, I had a cold or something, so she's writing a note to my grandparents who are taking care of me saying, okay, if Guy has a runny nose, do this thing. If he... But this is hard. These are all my mom's writings, and I'm throwing them away. I'm taking pictures of them, certainly. But this is the last time that I will be in contact with the physical pieces of paper that my mom wrote on so many years ago. And it's hard. A lot of this is hard. But I think it will be healthier for me later. And the data isn't going away. You know, like, I took pictures of all of these. They're here. They're in pretty high resolution. You know, it's not like they're gone forever. They're not. So, yeah, both are competing with each other. I need to keep copies. It's my granddaddy in, like, what does it say, 1939. My granddaddy. That's what this was invented for. Oh. That's my great-grandfather and great-grandmother seated my grandmother standing, and my great uncle standing. And there's my trying to figure out where the camera is. My great grandfather standing next to something. 1935, so this is probably a 35. Pontiac would be my guess. But we're going to save the pictures, any original pictures we save, until I'm sure nobody in the family needs them anymore. But those I don't mind carrying around for a few more years. Original pictures aren't that big of a deal. Man, your birthday. I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, because this hasn't been exactly the most stellar year for either of us, has it? It really hasn't been a stellar year. But the change, sometimes change just happens. Sort of feel bad throwing those away though. Okay. Yeah. Hearing that. Pretty loud. Yeah. Now we know the fate of this guy. It's kind of sad. Navy pilot, shot down in Vietnam. Was a member of our family.
5 minutes remaining.
Wow, 5 minutes. That's kind of wild. Well, there's anything else on here to save? No. I kind of like 42. And I mean, the reason I liked 42, of course, was because it's the answer to life, the universe, and everything. I think that was pretty cool. But I believe I liked 42 quite a bit. It was a good year. Oh, look at you jumping in here, Jackson. You have 5 minutes left in the show. You're jumping in. Yeah, 2024 is going to be a mess. That's going to be tough. So, it's all good. You popped in. That's good. It's not a bad thing. So, I'm gonna. There's a wolf spider over here somewhere. Hope he doesn't get into my PC. That would be cool. So, all right. Let me get echoes. Echoes. All righty. You know what I'll do? I'll let you guys chat for a second. I'm going to run downstairs real quick. So, I'm going to put my away from keyboard so you guys can chat for a second. There we go. Ooh, they've got a nor'easter, huh? Yep. 'Tis the way of the world. So, yeah. It's funny because I did notice that there was, like, at some point recently, one of the memories came up and reminded me that it was snowing this time about like 6 years ago or something. And now I'm like I have no earthly idea what the. It feels still kind of like feels kind of like it's still like whatever middle of summer sort of thing. I mean, the days are still hot and it's still bizarre. I don't know. Oh, looks like we might actually get part of that storm heading out on the east too. It's interesting. Yeah, it's going to rain on Wednesday. It's going to rain on Wednesday, 10/18. It's not going to rain day after tomorrow. But it does look like it'll cloud up a little on Thursday, but still, the highs will be in the high 50s. So, in Fahrenheit. Looks like hard freeze Friday, Saturday. Yeah, looks like the low Friday night's going to be 34 here, and that's in Arvada. That's not up where you are. And it looks like the Saturday night freeze is going to be 39. It's going to make a nice morning for me to drive to work in. I'm not looking forward, though, to having to drive to work in snow. I'm hoping she keeps me away from the Morrison office as we start heading into snowland. So, all right, guys. I'm going to head on to bed. That's what I'm going to do. Oof, that light's bright. All I've got now is a whole bunch of little circle after images. So, all right, gentle folk, it was good chatting with you. It was good to see you. I'm glad to see you all. And all things are what they are. So, hope to see you guys some other time at some other place for us. But for tonight, I think we all should go to bed, which is where I'm headed. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining me. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars.